Susan, you've worked with a lot of executives over the years and you continue to. Let's start with what are some of the biggest mistakes you've seen these leaders make over the years when it comes to compensation decisions? What should you not do as a leader when you approach compensation?
So, a lot of organizations, whether they're leaders or people in managerial roles, are Googling to find salary data. They're looking at salary data in a very anecdotal, piecemeal fashion. And what happens in that case is that they are not extracting valid and legitimate, reliable data. So, the biggest problem with not accessing reliable, valid data is that eventually you are going to inevitably overpay some workers and underpay others. And so that's going to create financial constraints in both ways, on both ends. So you'll be spending more than you need to in some cases, and then potentially holding on to employees who aren't your top performers, and then potentially underpaying top performers who then might end up leaving. So that is one of the biggest mistakes. The second biggest mistake that companies and leaders tend to make is avoiding the issue. So they just wait until, the whole saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. They wait until their top performers walking out the door. They throw a bunch of money at that person, and then they go back to doing nothing structurally in terms of using compensation as a lever and having a more strategic approach and more financial controls in place for compensation.